Hello friends, welcome back to the Greater.Earth YouTube channel. Today I would like to compare technological visions. As you may be aware, Elon Musk and SpaceX plan to build orbital data centers. A key component in their vision is that they eventually plan to source the major components for their orbital data centers from lunar materials. My company Astrostrom has a similar vision for manufacturing solar power satellites. Astrostrom has researched the feasibility of mining the moon, processing the lunar materials, and using these to manufacture components for solar power satellites in a 2023 study commissioned by the European Space Agency. The big question is, once you make these components, how do you get them from the surface of the moon to an assembly location in space? Elon Musk's SpaceX plan is to use a lunar mass driver to launch these components from the surface of the moon, whereas the Astrostrom plan is to use a lunar space elevator. In this video, we compare these two technological visions. Thank you for watching, and if you like this channel, please subscribe and like the video because this helps us get more visibility on YouTube. On March 21, 2026, Elon Musk announced his TERAFAB concept as a joint effort involving Tesla, SpaceX, and xAI to massively scale AI compute and chip production. The presentation ended with an animation depicting a lunar mass driver catapulting payloads from the surface of the moon into space. The idea for a lunar mass driver was established as a serious alternative to rockets by Professor Gerard O'Neill's space colonization studies in the 1970s. These early concepts of large-scale moon-based production systems relied on the mass driver technological concept to launch lunar materials to the Earth-Moon Lagrange Point 2, to be captured there by a mass catcher and then moved to Lagrange Point 5 and processed into useful elements in zero-G conditions. However, the strong weight and volume restriction of such payloads alone makes a mass driver a very inflexible device, in addition to many other unsolved problems such as how to actually catch the payloads that have no means of propulsion and guidance to reduce the delta V at the target point and the energy use of a mass catcher in lunar orbit. The 2023 Astrostrom feasibility study commissioned by the European Space Agency investigated these aspects. High G acceleration makes mass drivers unsuitable for launching humans, complex machinery, satellite components, or finely assembled electronics. In Astrostrom's view, a lunar mass driver is more suitable for launching raw or compacted materials into orbit rather than finished electronic components such as photovoltaic elements. As an alternative to the mass driver concept, Astrostrom proposed the deployment of a lunar space elevator as the core element of a cislunar transportation system. A lunar space elevator is a bidirectional system that can transport payloads both up and down. The acceleration forces are lower than with a mass driver, enabling the transport and delivery of manufactured items to the target location. The 1/6 gravity of the moon significantly simplifies the manufacturing process of lunar materials when compared to manufacturing operations in the zero-G environment of lunar orbit. Thus, the lunar space elevator was found to be a superior, more flexible, and less complicated technology than a lunar mass driver for future lunar industrial purposes, such as the production of photovoltaic elements for solar power satellites and orbital data centers. As there can only be one lunar space elevator deployed from the moon towards the Earth, the lunar space elevator would need to be financed and developed as an international infrastructure project, and as such would necessarily promote peaceful cooperation and management for the benefit of all parties. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And indeed, this comparison of space options, will determine the fate of humanity in the future. The area of Greater.Earth is rich in resources and opportunities if we make the right choices. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.